Ready. Play.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Talking Tennis. And today we are here to talk about, well, I'm a bit nervous about saying the name of the tournament. Mario, can you tell me the name of this tournament?
Diriyah Tennis Cup.
Not bad, not bad. Diriyah Tennis Cup. Okay, good introduction. Thank you, Mario, for helping there. Yes, so we had a few matches today. We had well, I tell you what, Mario, why don't you explain? Tell us about the concept, how many players, and tell me what's been happening today. So we had, well, tell us.
Yeah, okay. So today we saw like eight matches because we have 12 players. And there's a normal tennis draw, but the four higher ranked players receives a bye, so they are directly into the quarterfinals. And then we have the other 8 players battling each other for the last 4 spots in the quarterfinals. So we have these 4 first round matches, which are played. It's like best of 3 long tiebreaks. So each set is composed by a tiebreak to 10 points. Who wants to then goes to the next round. While these quarterfinals matches are 2 sets plus a super tiebreak to decide it all in case of like one set all. And so it's also a bit a bit difficult because from tomorrow we have also a doubles tournament composed by four couples. So the 8 players who lost today will play the doubles tournament from tomorrow, while the 4 players who survived today will play tomorrow the semifinals and then the final. And that's it as regards the format. I can't hear you.
I need to unmute myself. It's an exhibition ultimately, so they can do whatever they want with the rules. And that's exactly what they've done. You obviously, as you mentioned, the top 4 ranked players automatically go to the quarterfinals. And then you have 8 other guys basically playing off over best of 3 super tie breaks. Most of the super tie breaks I saw were done in 2, if you like. I think Hurkacz won his in 2, for example. Am I right?
Yeah, Hurkacz won in 2, as well as Snorri and Zverev too, while Wawrinka beat Berrettini in three tiebreaks. So yeah,
3 sort of super tiebreaks or 3 deciding tiebreaks, so to speak. So but I must say I'm a bit concerned, and so Kyrgios is one of the people that lost. Am I right in thinking if you lost your super tiebreaker, you're done? That's it. You go all the way to Saudi Arabia. You play a couple of super tiebreakers, and then you go home. Is that right? If you lose.
Yeah, that's it. Even if there's the doubles tournament, so yeah, they'll stay in the event also tomorrow and then on Saturday. So that's okay.
But no, but if I'm right in thinking, Mario, that if you lost I know the people that lost their quarterfinals, and hopefully people are following us okay. If you lost your quarterfinal, you play a doubles match tomorrow. But if you lost in the round of 12 or whatever you want to call it, then you're done, right? Nick Kyrgios is not playing tennis anymore, is he?
No, because the doubles tournament is with the 8 players who lost today. The 4 who lost earlier and the 4 who lost later. So all the 8 players will play tomorrow for couples. We had already the first two pairs, which were Berrettini and Rublev. And then Thiem Zverev, which is the first match. And then I don't know, because the last matches ended like a few minutes ago, so we have to check the website, so to see if they have updated the order of play.
Let's just have a quick share of this screen, so that way our slightly confused audience maybe will understand a little bit more. I'm just going to present the screen right now so people can see. Okay, I know why that's happening. Give me a second. I'll need about another minute or so to do this. But yeah, basically we had, I mean, by the way, Rublev is one of the casualties, if you like, of today, one of the higher profile ones. Of course, we had Zverev making his comeback. Actually, before I get into the screen and just some of the details of the matches, tell me about Zverev on his comeback.
Okay. Well, he had a difficult stuff to do against Medvedev, but nothing more to expect for me. He played some good tiebreaks against Thiem because he served very well. So I have to say a lot of positives for him, because he had a very serious injury, 7 months break, so still very, very good for him to be back, even if this kind of tournament, so where you can test yourself. He will play doubles tomorrow, so I think that it's very good. In the first set against Medvedev, he was definitely rusty with his serve. Second serve, not so. Like when he has not so much confidence, his second serve tends to go. I don't know.
Go away. Go away.
Exactly. So a lot of double faults, but I can understand. So I think that I can judge him in a positive way, because well, we couldn't expect a lot after this long break. Then against a high quality player like Medvedev, who is a very difficult exam for a player who comes from a 7 months break. So yeah, it's still like a good experience for him, because he missed a lot, like entering the court, even a bit of pressure. Is still an exhibition, yes, but like the feeling of being in the match, playing against a top opponent. So yeah, not surprised that Medvedev won quite easily, but some good things from Zverev, some bad things, but it's okay. It's as expected.
Yeah, right. So I mean, we did touch on the super tiebreakers, if you like, at the beginning of the day. That happened this morning. Berrettini, that has to be a bit of a disappointment for the Italian, right?
Yeah, even because he won the first tiebreak, so he started the match better than Wawrinka, who curiously has won both his matches coming back from a set down. So yeah, Berrettini is another guy who has to use this event, even the doubles matches, to find a little bit of his shots, his rhythm. So yeah, a bit disappointing result, but what to say, it's still not a Grand Slam, so
Grand Slam, yeah.
it can be okay.
Yeah.
but yeah, Wawrinka played very good instead. Also against Rublev, after having lost at the tiebreak in the first set, he played very good. Rublev a lot nervous, even if it's an
Yeah,
exhibition.
yeah, even an exhibition. Yeah.
But still very nervous. Yeah, I mean, coming into an event like this, you still want to play as much as possible, to do 100%. So even because you are playing. You're still playing against your main rivals, so it's never bad to lose, to leave early the competition. Quite good things from Streaker too, which was
Okay.
curious to see because yeah, it was like a bit of a surprise to see him in the tournament, but he did quite well, even if he lost. Um, Instead, a bit disappointing from Kyrgios, I have to say. I was expecting a bit more. Um, Even because like he proved to be not like the player who cares if it's exhibition, if it's Grand Slam, if he just wants to play, to entertain. um, and so I've been a lot of disappointed. But Nori played some great tennis, even in the next match, which won, I must say, quite comfortably
Yeah.
against Tsitsipas, because he broke early in the first and in the second set. In both sets, he broke like in the third game. And I think, if I remember well, he faced only 2 break points. So quite very nice win for him. And also for Fritz, even if he struggles a bit to close the match, but yeah, playing against Urkac, who served well. Urkac, I have to say, that defends the court very well, like in open stance. So it's difficult to hit a winner against Urkac, and Fritz played a good match. So I'm. Yeah, I had a good time watching these matches. It's still great, even after some days without top level tennis. So yeah, I had fun.
Yeah. So we had these matches that we're talking about. Fritz beat Hurkacz, right?
Yeah,
What was the
7-6 or 7-5.
7-6-7-5? Good. Okay. So I couldn't watch all the matches. You can just put me on, if you can put yourself on mute. Is that okay? Yeah. So I wasn't able to watch the matches this morning. I have seen some of the highlights, if you like, of the super tiebreakers. As you said, I mean, the Wawrinka one was probably the most interesting. Thiem and Zverev, I saw them have a nice exchange at the net where they were doing some sort of high fives and all sorts of disco dancing. I think you're right regarding Stricker. I think for him, he's still a youngster, a young Swiss boy, of course, getting the experience. I don't really know what Kyrgios's attitude is. I know he said in his press conference that basically he was here for the money. Okay, fine. Think of that what you will. Tell you what, we did a series recently called Good Year, Bad Year. Make sure you check that out, viewers. Mario joined us for a couple of those episodes where we analyzed the years of many of these players actually on the screen right now. Well, I'm going to do Good Day, Bad Day right now. And of course, sometimes it's quite obvious in terms of if they won or if they lost, but not always. For example, let's go with Zverev, for example. Good day, bad day. For me, it's a good day for Alexander Zverev. Obviously, having not played since June, anything really resembling a tennis player would be good. And he did more than that. And I would suggest, with the exception of the first set against Medvedev, he was extremely competitive, beating Dominic Thiem in those 2 super tiebreakers. I think it's quite good for him and not so good for Thiem, if you like. Okay, he loses 6-love against Zverev in the first set, but in the second set, it was very competitive. In fact, I think Zverev was up a break at one point in that second set before Medvedev prevailed. So good day, Zverev. Dominic Thiem has to be a bad day, losing to basically the guy who's not played for 6 months. Berrettini, yeah, I'm erring more towards bad day. Wawrinka, fantastic day. Wawrinka overcoming Berrettini and Rublev is excellent. Rublev has to be a bad day. There was a funny moment, by the way, with Rublev at the end of the match against Wawrinka, where he was about to smash the racket and then he just stopped himself because he realized how silly it would have been to do exactly that at what is ultimately an exhibition. Cam Norrie, fantastic day with those 2 wins, kind of obvious. Stricker, good day. I think it's all going to be a good experience. Hurkacz, I would say mediocre. Fritz progresses, so it has to be good for him. And I think Cam Norrie, fantastic. As I said, Tsitsipas. What do we make of Tsitsipas? For me, it's a bad day, of course, but it's I don't know. I'm a bit worried about Tsitsipas. Are you worried about him, Mario?
A bit, not so much, because yeah, we can't be like worried for one match against like a solid guy like Cameron Norrie. Norrie is that kind of tennis player. If you are not in 100%, you risk a lot against Cameron Norrie, because he reached like some. I was reading also some interviews from Cameron Norrie, and he has a high confidence in his path, in what he's doing, in what he may able to reach in the future, if he's able to like to set a goal and to reach him, working and improving day by day. So when you play Cameron Norrie, you have to be there from the first till the last point. So even if you are 90%, you risk that you won't succeed. So I have to say, bad day, definitely. But yeah, to be worried, I have to watch more. I think so. I would have liked to speak about Medvedev also,
Sure.
because it could have been a horrible day for him at one point, because he was up 5-love, and he had like I hasn't been able to understand perfectly what if been through. He seemed like at the beginning I thought about the knee, and I was like worried a lot.
Yeah.
Then no, because he had like a calf treatment. So I don't know if it was a cramp. Like in normal tournament, you can't be treated for a cramp, but probably in exhibitions you can, or I don't know, probably just some pain. But he started to barely walk, even if we was laughing. So so I still haven't understood 100% what happened, but I was a bit frightened because what's happening. But fortunately, then yeah, everything was under control. So yeah, good day overall for him.
I saw you tweet this earlier, Mario, and I must say, maybe I read it a few minutes after you tweeted it, but I remember reading the tweet and also seeing Medvedev and thinking, actually, I think this is okay, because Medvedev was sort of laughing and joking when he was getting the treatment. So I'm thinking, even though it's an exhibition, you don't want to be pulling out injured. So as soon as he was getting the jokes and stuff, I thought, okay, he's going to be okay, and he was. But he was also he was a breakdown in the second set, right?
Yeah, he was a breakdown because he was 6-love, 1-love, and then Zverev hold.
And when Zverev held, he was
yeah,
like this with the
exactly.
crowd.
Yeah, Zverev held, and then broke him, and then he won a third straight game. So he confirmed the break and went 3-1 up. Yeah, but then nothing more to to do for him, because yeah, the difference today was that. In the close games, Medvedev was able to save some break points, to save some 40-15, 15-40 situations, and here haven't been able to play for 7 months. You still have to learn again how to close the game, how to um, take your chance. So even the first set, like the first three games, were very close, with chances for both players, but then Medvedev went 3-love, and so the set was like gone. Um, but yeah, still good day for both players, because Medvedev needed a comfortable win after what happened in recent events. So uh, having had like such a clear score, I think it can be very good for him. And Zverev very good, because you have again the feeling of playing tennis, to facing Medvedev. I remember he hasn't met each other since Turin final last year. So t- even if like just an exhibition event, but for him, much more today. So good day for both.
Yeah. Listen, before we conclude, I think I would just like to say one or two more things. Medvedev, for me, we say in English, the jury is still out. What do I mean by that? That means when you're in a trial, the jury in the process, the jury will disappear, the 12 people, and make a decision. Well, for me, I don't think we learned very much about Medvedev today, where he's at in terms of 2023. I think that the signs are just listen. It's an exhibition. I'm very aware of that. I remember watching Nadal exactly a year ago playing in exhibition with Andy Murray, and Andy Murray won in straight sets, and Nadal lost to Shapovalov, I think, also in straight sets. And a month later, he was lifting the Australian Open trophy. So things can change very quickly, and I understand that. But what you want to see is if you were seeing some positive signs in September, October, November. Are you seeing more positive signs today? And I think for somebody like Wawrinka, and maybe even to some extent Cam Norrie, the answer is yes. Were you seeing some negative signs in September, October, November, or perhaps in Medvedev's case, maybe for a year? Are we seeing any signs of a recovery? Don't know. Maybe not in Tsitsipas's case. By the way, Medvedev was interviewed about, I think it was yesterday, or might have even been today. But he's obviously in Saudi Arabia, and it's while he's there. And Medvedev was asked for what highlights or what positives can you take from the 2022 season. And he went, and he's joking, but he went, uh, uh, basically nothing. Okay. And then he finally managed to find an answer, which was, I guess the positive I might be able to take is that I can learn from all the negative experiences. And he was joking, but there was also some seriousness. He was also asked about the impact the Australian Open had on him. He said not too big. It wasn't a reason for him to have a bad season, if you like, in terms of obviously, playing so well there until midway through the match against Rafa. In fact, he said that he felt that Rafa won that match, that he didn't lose it, and therefore that helped him deal with the result, if you like. But it's 11 months now that I haven't seen Medvedev do something amazing on a tennis court, and that's a long time, considering I'd seen him doing some stuff amazing on the tennis court for the previous 3 years. Anyway, let's see what happens with Medvedev in this tournament, but also something else. Oh, Cam Norrie has just retweeted something. I'll put that up on the screen. Just tell me what you think about Daniil Medvedev right now, Mario.
No, I agree with what you say. That I just think that when you have to take confidence, everything is good. You have to. Well, you have to take the positives, and so you have to find, even in these events, the hunger to go there, to try to win some matches, and to forget a little bit about what happened bad, for example, in Turin. I know the importance is very different. So yeah, it wasn't a clear sign, of course, even because we mentioned about Zverev coming back after 7 months break, 8 months break. So probably a win over the normal Alexander Zverev with a 6-love 6-4 score. Yeah, that's quite impressive, but not today. Even if he played a good match and he did his job. So yeah, definitely it's not this tournament that we have to take as a sign, as a positive sign for his 2023. We have to say, we have to see what Medvedev, for example, will do in Adelaide, because the entry list is very, very important. So playing against guys like, for example, Medvedev is like the third players in the list. So, for example, he can take Rune in the quarterfinals, or Sinner quarterfinals of 250. And then playing Auger Aliassime, Djokovic himself. So that tournament will be, for example, a good test for him. Not so much today, but still a good sign for him, because he won, and winning is good in any condition and in every tournament.
Mario, I've got to ask you, what's this picture about? Is that you?
No, it's Dominic Thiem.
Oh, it's Dominic Thiem. Okay. I guess the symbol here is that you're pleased to see Dominic Thiem's back.
Yeah. I'm very pleased. I'm very pleased.
He's back. Dominic Thiem's back.
I think Thiem has been a fantastic player in the last years. He did something amazing. He's a great sportsman too. So only hope he can improve and reach his back even a little bit of his level next year. I hope so for him and for tennis world in general.
Me too. But I'm very disappointed, Mario, that I don't know if you got my joke about Dominic Thiem's back. Do you get the joke or no? Dominic Thiem's back. Look, I'm gonna look. Here's the back.
Okay.
Hey, you got it now, Mario.
Now, yes. Okay.
Hey. So anyway, that's what I thought. I thought there was a hidden meaning in that image. But by the way, I'm loving your tweets, because it's some nice little highlights of the day's action. I can see about this Polish guy as well, according to Polish media. But maybe everyone watching, make sure you give Mario a follow on Twitter at Mario BOC17, and you can keep up to date with all things tennis. But obviously, you've got tweeted here about Fritz, obviously saying, listen, I'm really big on Fritz right now, and I'm really big on him for 2023, irrespective of how he did today. But obviously, beating Hurkacz is a good sign for him. And now the semi-finals are set. The semi-finals will take place tomorrow. And we've got, I think, is it Norrie against Fritz first? Or maybe, I guess Wawrinka Medvedev will be first up.
Yeah. Wawrinka Medvedev first, then the first doubles match, and then we have Norrie against Fritz. Fritz is impressive these days. I have nothing negative to say, only positives. I love his backhand. I really love his backhand. it's very improved. I think that probably it's one of the shots most improved by any players on tour in this 2022, and this made a very big difference. Uh, mm, because on the other side is always been very solid, very aggressive, but now he goes more for his shots, even with the backhand, and it's very difficult um, to read, to manage uh, how to put him into a difficult situation on court. So very very good. I enjoy a lot watching Fritz play. I like him very much.
Yep, I can understand that. And I know Craig O'Shaughnessy in particular is really big on Fritz for 2023. And bearing in mind he's had a pretty good 2022, I guess that may well mean a slam final. But let's see how that pans out. Listen, the other match tomorrow, or the matches tomorrow, back to them. Listen, Wawrinka Medvedev. I think that's exciting. And Wawrinka, I did a show with Simon Graf recently. Make sure you check that out. Let's talk Stan Wawrinka. Simon Graf was very big on Wawrinka for next year, very big on the fact that he's reignited his coaching relationship with Magnus Norman. I saw him there in the crowd today. And what I saw from Wawrinka in Paris to some extent, I mean, I know he went out early, but he went out early to Holger Rune and he had match points. And we all know what happened with Holger Rune in that tournament. So I think that bodes well for Stan Wawrinka. He also did well in Basel, in my opinion. So listen, I'm not saying that Wawrinka's going to be making a slam final, but I'm optimistic that he'll have a good 2023 compared to recent years, especially if he stays fit and healthy. So that's him against Medvedev, and it'll be Fritz against Cam Norrie. Well, listen, Cam Norrie, that's going to be a real test for him.
Yeah, Fritz Norrie is like fourth or fifth meeting in the recent months. It's still a good matchup. I enjoy watching, like, because they are very clever player, both of them. Norrie is playing amazing tennis today. Played very good because losing like nothing against two great players like Kyrgios and Tsitsipas. Yeah, 6-5. They meet already 11 times. so it's they are arriving for Djokovic, Nadal. More or less. Yeah, so 6-5, so very very close. Very very close yet to add. Tomorrow's match won't count, so still 11 matches between them. But I don't really know how to expect about the result, because it's very close. It can easily go both ways. Probably for what I saw today, it can very easily go to the deciding tiebreak. So I can expect like a very close score. While speaking about speaking about the other semi, Medvedev lost to Wawrinka in the end of the 2022 season. They played in Metz. They played in Metz, and Wawrinka won. And then he reached the semifinals there. I think for 2023, still having the goal of winning a tournament, for example, can be very doable and good for Wawrinka, because like the feeling of winning an event is still something that you missed it. For example, it's like the same speech as regards Murray, for example. Yeah, so it's still it's still curious to figure it out. And think we can enjoy. I will also watch the doubles matches because I like doubles, and I also like seeing the players, like when they are big rivals on tour, team up together to to play doubles, to have some fun. So
Mario,
it's still good.
sorry, Mario, did you see what I've just been doing on the screen? Look. Sorry, Mario, I've got to say this. So
Great.
you mentioned
Yeah.
the Fritz thing, just like Djokovic and Murray. Then I googled Djokovic Nadal rivalry Wikipedia. Boom, here we go. Lovely Wikipedia page, very long, lots of examples, lots of articles. There is no Fritz Norrie rivalry Wikipedia page. Wikipedia, people, sort it out.
I created tonight.
Yeah. We want a Wikipedia page for Fritz and Norrie. Okay, listen. On that note, let's bring the show for today to an end. Any final thoughts on today's action or what we've got coming up?
Well, very happy to see Zverev back. I think that this is the great news for today, because I still have in my eyes, in my mind, what happened in Paris, and it was really bad, and so I take this as like the good thing that happened today. So yeah, that's my pick.
Any other sort of tennis stories in the last couple of weeks? We've obviously had a little bit of a nice little break. We saw Nadal traveling off around Latin America with Casper Ruud, winning their exhibitions 4-1. Have you got any thoughts on Nadal and those exhibitions?
I watched some of them. Very, very nice atmosphere, especially in Mexico. Fantastic stadium. I also remembered when Zverev himself played against Federer in the same arena. It's very good atmosphere. I like South American crowd, and it's been fun, even if probably a bit more exhibition mode in comparison of what we're seeing in Saudi Arabia, because we have 12 players. It's more a tournament, but I've enjoyed watching both of them playing in other places like that one. Yeah, I also read a lot of quotes by Rafa, who spoke a lot with South American medias. Was also nice to see Casper having a good time with Rafa. Now he's on holiday, finally.
Yeah, finally.
Finally. Yeah, well, what happened recently?
Anything else? Well, I mean, to be honest with you, I just want to say I don't know what to make of this. Some of these exhibitions. I thought it was a bit of a bizarre thing for Rafa to go on that exhibition to Latin America at this stage. I would have thought preparations for the 2023 season would have been better if he was in Manacor, even if he's just practicing there, no problem. And even practicing intensively, fine. But that would be my thoughts. Or I'll tell you what, if you really want to get involved, go to Australia and have some exhibitions and then just stay there for 3 months. But I guess he's got a kid and all the rest of it. But that aside, the other tennis news, of course, that broke this week was the British Tennis Federation, or the British Tennis Organisation body, which is the LTA, getting a fine from the ATP. What are your thoughts on that, Mario?
Well, I disagreed with the decision of excluding these players because yeah, it's still like they are not representing their country as individual players in some way, uh, but I also know it's a tricky speech to do because we have a lot of parts involved. I can understand that the ATP has to protect all his players, and so he had the right uh, to say if you can't make all our players play mandatory events like a Grand Slam, you just have to be fine. So I can agree. I can understand what the ATP as a player organization has to make to defend the rights of all their players. I'm more concerned of what they have said about the 2023 season, because the fine, LTA can pay the fine, and it can be okay. But they have said that in 2023 things has to change, and so I want to know if they would like to change their decision, to change their mind, and if not, what can happen, because we have to say, will the ATP stay true to its words, even if these players will have the ban even during the next season? We'll see, but I think we have to wait some months to to get back involved into this pitch. I have my opinion that it was for me a little bit unfair, but I never want to say that my opinion is the right thing to say, uh, because I know that mm, there are people who has a clearer opinion, and they have more knowledge than me to say some kind of things. So I have an opinion, and that's it. I think nothing more.
Do we know what, and I'm going off at a tangent, I know, but just reading some of the news right now, do we know what the situation is regarding Simona Halep? What's her process? Is she appealing? And if she is appealing, when are we going to get some news on that? Do you know?
Yeah, I know that we got some news that can be reassuring. I also know that I follow some people who are very informed about Romanian tennis, Romanian things, and I know that we have to be careful before saying that. I think that there are more. There we have no like certain data or things like that, if I understood well the situation. So yeah, we have more reassuring news that probably she's not guilty, as I thought, to be honest, since the beginning. But I also know that we have to wait a little bit to have more precise data and things that can lead to a clear decision or to a clear revoke of her ban.
Yeah. I've got so I've just got this article on Tennis 365 here. And it's Christian Jura, a Romanian judge serving with the Court of Arbitration for Sport, has revealed that Simona Halep has taken a big step in having her doping suspension lifted, which I'm sure she'll be delighted to have it if it can be done in time before the Australian Open. It appears that Halep has identified the source of the roxadustat that she tested positive for among the other supplements she'd been using. Crucially, the substance was reportedly found to be in the supplement without proper labeling. While roxadustat is a prescription medicine, its formula has been published, and there are no shortage of unscrupulous chemists willing to produce the drug that has been shown to increase peak oxygen intake. I mean, that's pretty dense language. I would still hold fire on that. I'm not sure if that's a big step or not. I don't know, honestly, but I don't know if the thing that you consumed not having clear language on the side of it, whether that will help the case or not. Let's see. Fingers crossed that justice prevails, whatever that happens to be. And hopefully for her, of course, we end up seeing a nice positive story and that she's in Australia. There was one more thing that I wanted to address with you before letting you go, Mario, but I can't remember what that is. Yeah, I guess we'll probably bring it to a close unless you've got anything else, Tennessee, that you want to have to say, Mario. I know what it is. I've got a question for you.
Okay.
The question is, who is the second favorite on the men's side for the Australian Open right now? Who's the second favorite? Boom. And why?
Second.
Well, yeah.
As for now, for what I've seen closing the season, I would say Carlos Alcaraz. I still say him. I know he's been injured, not playing well after the US Open, but I think he's preparing well. The only thing is that he won't play any competitive event, also some exhibitions before Australian Open. So, but I think he's able to do it. And then I'll go with Nadal and Ruud for what I've said. I think I'm saying nothing very special. But yeah, I think he's the second favorite in my opinion. Even because in Grand Slams you can come back playing like the first round against a player who's most likely out of the top 50. You have you have time to find yourself. Still have to win, yeah. But I think he's the second favorite for what I saw closing the season.
Yeah, Mario, I second that, as you can see from the comment on the screen. But I have a question in addition. Then I have a second part. What exhibitions is he going to play before?
I have to be honest that I can't tell you. I don't want to tell you something wrong because I saw something in probably in Spain before leaving. But I have to check because I still haven't read it.
So he's not in the United Cup. He's not in the United Cup for Spain.
No, there's Rafa Nadal, the United Cup, and then he'll go to Melbourne. Rafa, yeah, Carlos Alcaraz won't play nothing as regards competitive tournaments before the Australian Opens. But let's see because for example Djokovic himself did a great fortune in his career playing absolutely nothing before Australian Open when he was younger.
Yeah.
So why not? Everyone is different. so he will learn by himself what it's better for him.
I think
So
I think he's managed his calendar pretty well, Mario,
yeah,
until now.
definitely.
And also, I think that I have him as second favorite as well, because of many of the reasons you said. But I would also add that for me, if there are one or two doubts about Alcaraz, but it's all about physical stuff. I think the passage of time, a few matches, as you say, will soon change that. And the doubts that I have about Medvedev, Tsitsipas, Nadal, Casper Ruud, who else? I guess Berrettini, anybody else you might want to throw into the potential sort of quarterfinal, semi-final mix. Therefore, I'm having Carlos Alcaraz. Holger Rune, even we just don't know. Yannick Sinner, of course, has had a sort of a few weeks, a few months, if you like, of injury issues too. Hasn't played a lot of tennis in the second half of the season. So yeah, that's why I would agree with that. And therefore, let's go over to the women's before I let you go. Who is the second favorite? I guess it's the same. Who is the second favorite for the Australian Open for the women's right now?
Yeah, we have a clear favorite. We don't need to lie about that.
I think Djokovic is more of a favorite on the men's side than Swiatek is on the women's side.
Probably yes, for what we have seen recently. I'll go with the Sabalenka.
That was the first name that jumped into my head.
It can be Garcia. Yeah, I know, but I think that Sabalenka has a good mix of experience, quite good results in the end of the year, so probably quite good confidence to start the new season. And she hasn't done bad last year, even if if she was doing like amount of double faults and like all these problems. But I think she did quite well because she lost only to Canepi in the second week. So she can do a good tournament. I think that she can be the second favorite for the women's side. I'll go with Sabalenka.
Yeah, I would. That was the first name that came into my head. Anyway, I was talking to Blair Henley a couple of days ago. There'll be an episode on Garcia's match with Kazatkina in Fort Worth that'll be reviewed. We've actually already recorded it, and it'll be airing, I think, on the 20th of December at 7 p.m. GMT, 8 p.m. Central European time. Don't worry, all this data is out there, by the way. I'm always tweeting about it. So make sure you give me a follow on at Talking Tennis TT. Make sure you give Mario a follow as well. Can you just remind us of your Twitter address?
Like my name, Mario Boccardi. You can find me by my name.
You
so
can,
that's it.
Because he's got like 100,000 followers.
3,000,
but it's not bad, Mario. It's not bad.
No, not bad.
You are the next Jose Morgado.
it will be good. I hope so.
Always out there. I mean, I saw you just tweet as well. There's been a Polish player who's unfortunately tested positive for a doping substance. So make sure you give Mario a follow to get all the information on that. That is according to Polish media. Although having said that, I've even just seen a statement from the player himself. I think he's pretty low down the rankings before Hubie Hurkacz and Iga Swiatek fans start to panic about which Polish player this is. Can you remember his name?
Yeah, Kamil Marjak. I have to improve the pronunciation. It's quite difficult, but I have to say that I saw the news like 2-3 minutes before going live, so I have to check better the facts. So
he's tweeted as well, though. He has tweeted to say
okay, so
statement. Yeah, in the last 20 minutes or so. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll watch. I'll watch. I'm also concerned because I don't like these issues. Is something I hate talking about, but
Yeah.
we have to, and just hope everyone is clear, uh, and we'll be able to compete fairly as possible.
Yeah, right. So I'm just getting this data up on on the screen right now. Serena, Alia. Let's have her as Alia. So I'm just putting some of the reviews that I've got coming up. Serena, Alia. That'll be on the 21st of December as well. Listen, Mario, I just want to say a big thank you to you for stopping by today.
Thank you as always.
Great, as always as well. There we go. Just got some of the information. I'm going to actually press a little promo video, but make sure you subscribe to the channel if you are new. Make sure you hit that like button as well, because Mario and I, we need to have our egos looked after, and clicking that like button certainly helps us. Also, click that notification bell, and then you won't miss out on any of our live shows, such as today. And we're going to have these shows going out on YouTube, as I say, during the week in the build up to Christmas, from the 19th to the 24th of December, 7 p.m. every day, GMT, 8 p.m. Central European Time, other times around the world. But if you've got that notification button, you won't miss out, because you can then also join the live chat and chat to us about the matches that we're talking about and we're reviewing. And as I said to you, as you can see on the screen there, I know on the 19th of December, I've already put it in the diary, Nadal against Djokovic with Owen Lewis from Popcorn Tennis. Him and I had a good chat about that match at the French Open. And then Garcia against Kasatkina. That was Blair Henley and I reviewing that match. When we've got Serena on the 21st of December with her match against Alia Tomljanovic, I had a good chat with Pam Shriver about that. But there are others as well throughout that week. I know I've got Sinner Alcaraz with Gil Gross. I've got Taylor Fritz, Rafa Nadal as well, with Robbie Koenig, and Mark Petrie and I had a chat about I'm going to play it, and this will I'm going to play it. This is what Mark Petrie and I had a chat about. Here we go. Just listen to this. Not if you're a Daniil Medvedev fan, put your ears to your right now, because this is what we had a chat about.
Iconic trophy, legendary evening, a night for history. Here we are at the Rod Laver Arena, the final match of this year's Australian Open. Twilight here in Melbourne, another beautiful day, a warm day, and so much to savour, of course, ahead of what is one of the hardest matchups for both of these two players in tonight's final. Daniil Medvedev up against Rafael Nadal.
In the final of a slam, it's not enough to just be normal. You need to be the better version of yourself. You need to do everything at 200%.
And it's delight for Daniil, 3-2. Just misses its target as Medvedev hones in on his, which is the opening set. Double break to the good, 5-2. Relentless from the Russian, 6-2 opening set in this year's Australian Open men's final. And it's been an opening hour that has been very much to the Russians' advantage at the moment.
Oh my goodness. That is a shocker from Rafa.
Well, it's a rare occurrence, isn't it? His overhead is so safe. A strange thing.
That is truly majestic from Medvedev. What a way to finish the second set. And at 2 sets to love up, he looks like he's going to be a worthy winner here in Melbourne as well. That is a long way back for Rafa.
Sport is unpredictable, and if you fight till the end, I just wanted to give me a chance, and that's what I did. Just fight, just keep belief on trying to find a solution.
Well, Rafa's strengths are everything, you know, intensity, physical, mental power. And
scintillating shot from the Spaniard. This crowd isn't just living every point, it's living every shot. Remarkable from Rafa. Medvedev leads by 2-1.
I was repeating to myself during the whole match. I lost a lot of times here, having chances. Sometimes I was a little bit unlucky, so I just wanted to keep believing till the end.
To a fifth we go. What an incredible night of drama. Absolutely astonishing recovery here from Rafa. Never seen, never heard anything like it. That is the best shot he has ever hit. What a night, what a morning. Melbourne, you are amazing. Nadal will serve for the title for a second time. It's the miracle in Melbourne. 21 major titles from one of the greatest players of all time.
Today is just an unforgettable day for me, you know, and probably the most unexpected title in my career.
Listen, Mario, I'm going to bring you back in now. I've got one more. I have always got one more question, and the last one I promised you. We just had a little teaser there regarding the Nadal Medvedev review that I'm going to be airing on the 24th of December. I've got the 6 matches that you can see on your screen there, beginning with Nadal Djokovic at the French Open, Garcia Kasatkina WTA Finals, Serena at the US Open, Sinner Alcaraz, Nadal Fritz, Nadal Medvedev. Which one of those 6 are you most interested in hearing a review from?
I have to say Sinner Alcaraz.
I thought you would say that. Gil
Yeah,
Gross. Do you know
I've
Gil
already.
Gross? Gil Gross. I don't know if you know Gil Gross.
Yeah. I'm interested because two young players battling each other, high quality match. The momentum shifted like a lot of times during the match. I also remember very well. I still have the match in my head very well, and so so I'm interested, even if both are like legendary matches, but I'm particularly interested to that match.
I understand, and of course, especially being an Italian, I understand as well. But I think the magnitude of that match was also awesome. I think the level of tennis was really high. Here's a little insight for you from Gil Gross. I did ask him about how that match ranks for the year, particularly compared to, say, to the Nadal Medvedev match on the ATP side, at least. And I think that we both sort of came to the conclusion that the problem is it wasn't the final. The quality of tennis may be even higher than Nadal Medvedev, but because it was a final of a slam and Nadal going for 21 and the way that the match went, I think ultimately we said Nadal Medvedev will be remembered a bit more in years to come. But listen, 2 unbelievable matches, 6 unbelievable matches. By the way, there may be 1 or 2 more. So there may be 1 or 2 viewers that are going right now. What about in Ostrava, this unbelievable match between Krejcikova and Iga Swiatek? Probably that will be covered too. I should be chatting to a Polish journalist on Monday regarding that match. And there may be 1 or 2 more. The only thing is, very important criteria. You had to be there. If I'm going to be interviewing you, I want you there in the stadium, preferably, and for this show at least. And so far, all 6 of the people I interviewed, Mark Petchey was in Melbourne, Robbie Koenig was in London for the Nadal-Fritz match. I had Gil Gross in New York. I had Pam Shriver, who was also in New York. I had Blair Henley, who was in Fort Worth for the Garcia Kazatkina. And I had Owen Lewis from Popcorn Tennis, who was at the Nadal-Djokovic match. So that's the criteria. I would like to cover maybe 1 or 2 more, but let's see how it goes. I may even do an extra show, Mario, just me and some of you guys just saying, come and criticize me for the matches that I haven't covered. And then you can all come in and I'll try and justify why they didn't make the list. But listen, it's getting late. It's 22:12, both in Italy and also in Germany. It's even later than that right now in Saudi Arabia, where Cam Norrie is retweeting. So Cam Norrie, if you are watching, feel free to retweet this video, but then get yourself to bed, my friend. And anyway, listen, Mario, thanks for stopping by.
Thank you. Thank you, as always.
Grazie mille. And to the rest of you, ciao, arrivederci, auf Wiedersehen. Oh, I'm just going to play a little promo video, but this time Mario and I will disappear and you will not see us again until tomorrow. So let me just play this out for you. And Mario, keep an eye on the live chat because I'm just going to send you a message. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.